is Jennifer Gavardi. I'm here with Cindy Lewis from Newcoast Financial, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about financing partnerships. Now, Cindy, what is your role on the buyer side?
One of the most important things when you're financing a boat is understanding the client's needs. Not just what type of boat they're buying, but how they're going to use the boat, where they're going to keep the boat, as well as get an understanding of their financial profile and figure out what makes the best sense for them. Newcoast has 17 banks that we use, so not all banks fit the needs for every boat. Some people want to live aboard, some people want to charter, and part of what we do is to try to determine what makes the most sense for their needs. There are a variety of things that may come up, such as lower down payment, more down payment, when do you want to pay the boat off, all sorts of questions that we have to ask. We're here to help act as a conduit between the buyer and the bank, but match it up to the best bank for their needs.
Now, what are some of the advantages to financing a boat versus paying cash?
Well, again, each boat is unique to an individual. One of the main benefits is that you can take an interest deduction for a second home if you use your boat as a second home, which doesn't mean you have to stay on it or live aboard it, but you can still take the second home interest deduction advantage. Oftentimes people do set their boats up to be a charter type business, and again, there's other cash flow reasons to have a loan. You can take interest deductions on it, you can run it as a corporation and set it up as a business. In today's marketplace, a lot of people want to pay cash for a boat, but a few years ago, interest rates and returns on even conservative investments weren't like they are now. So, at a bad day, you can make 5-6% interest on your money. On a good day, if you've got a few $100,000 working for you, it may make more sense to take some tax advantages of having that second home deduction to keep your money in place earning interest. A few years ago, when interest rates were a little bit lower, the yields on simple things like CD money market accounts were less than 1%. So again, you conservatively can earn a pretty good return on your money. So we're finding more people turning towards financing these days.
Now, how long would it take for a client to get approved?
Typically, the approval process is 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes during boat show season, it takes another day. But again, it depends upon the needs of the client. We do need full financial information, tax information, things like that to help determine which is going to make the most sense for them. So the more information the client provides to us, the better we can turn it around quickly. The approvals are good for 30 to 60 days, depending on the bank. And what would determine their rates really is determined by what's in the marketplace right now. We have some boat show specials. However, that's not for all banks. And as well as the boat show specials may not fit that person. Sometimes it's based on a credit score, sometimes the type of boat, sometimes the age of the boat. But because we have 17 banks that we use, we can go to boats up to 30 years old and still provide 20-year terms for that. Most banks will only go 20 years. We still have a few that will work for the older boats. Some of the other things that the banks like to see when determining a client profile is we have U.S. lenders, and they do like U.S. citizens. We have some other banks we can refer to, and hopefully they can take care of our foreign clients, although we're not affiliated with them directly, but it's nice to be able to know that we can send them direction to get what they need. They're going to look for their income and cash flow. They're basically cash flow based lending loans. So we do have stated income loans, which works for a lot of people. But again, they still want to see income, some assets, some reserves, and good payment history. The payment history determines credit score, and therefore your three reporting agencies are going to always be monitoring that score. And that's part of the equation, but not all the equation. Credit score is more important on its own if you're buying smaller purchase. You get into boats of the size range that you sell here. It's credit score and cash flow, assets, and a variety of things that will determine how the rate is set, which bank we set it to, and how we can determine what makes the best for the client.
So you've been here at the show the entire time? So you have your own booth?
Yep, this is our 5th year over at Strictly Sale. We have another location at the Convention Center. It's been really nice to see a lot of existing customers, and it's also been very refreshing to see clients that we've met along the way that may be moving up or have finally found the boat of their dreams and are ready to make a move. So I think that we're in for a very strong year. There's a lot of good boats on the brokerage market. There's a lot of new models out there that have interest. Unfortunately, some of the new models it's a bit of a wait, but perhaps maybe the clients can get into a used boat knowing that they can order a new boat a couple of years out and get it good for.
Do you plan on being at any of the future shows this year?
Oh, sure. Newcoast does about 60 shows a year. I happen to attend 8 or 9 of them, all the circus sale shows, the shows starting in the Northeast from Newport, Norwalk, Annapolis, Fort Lauderdale, of course Miami. We have a spring show in Annapolis, the Bay Bridge show, and occasionally I get pulled in to help out some of our other sales reps. We have 12 offices throughout the country. I tend to be more of a sailboat specialist and focused on that. So sometimes they'll send me out to help when there's a busy sailboat show. Maybe Oakland. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks. And look forward to helping you and your clients.